Lewis Hamilton is sitting there doing a podcast with Jay Shetty, and he makes comments about billionaires. Now, keep in mind before you watch this is a guy worth $500 million, dating Kim Kardashian, who drives fancy cars, who allegedly moved to Monaco to save taxes, to save on taxes. He moves to Monaco. Here's what he had to say to Jay Shetty about billionaires. Go ahead, Rob.
One of the things that I struggle with every day is, and it's just how life is, and it's been the way for thousands of years, that there is such a disparity between wealthy and the poor. And, you still, when you drive around LA, there's still so many people living on the streets. You shouldn't be able to have billions, right? I think there should be a limit to how much you can have, because there's enough to go around to everyone. So somehow creating a law that creates more equality, and equal access for everyone, I don't know how that you would implement that law.
That's all good.
Which, by the way, Jay Shetty just got a $100 million podcast deal from Netflix. And by the way, well-deserved.
Good for you.
Every penny. I hope he gets $1 billion deal.
I agree. Hamilton
dates a girl who's worth a couple $1 billion.
1.9.
Kardashian.
1.9.
Here's the other part to be thinking about, Rob. If you want to go to my tweet at Hamilton, I was hoping to get get him to think about this a little bit, go a little bit lower right there. I said, hey, aren't you worth $500 million? Who's stopping you from giving away your wealth? And on top of that, here's a guy that's won 105 Formula One races. You know who's won more races than him? Rob, can you pull up who has won more Formula One races than Lewis Hamilton? Can you just pull up most Formula One races ever won? Tom is just like salivating to answer because he's just going a goose egg. Because you know what the answer is? Nobody has won more Formula One races than him. No one. Not Schumacher, not Verstappen. Verstappen eventually may. Not Vettel, not Prost, not Senna, not Alonso, not Mansell, not Jackie Stewart, not Jim Clark. Nobody. Why are you so greedy? Why don't you let the other guy go ahead of you? Like at the end, you're such a greedy racer. Like, I mean, the guy's like, this guy's never won a race. Let him go win one for his family. Haven't you won 7 championships? Isn't that too much? Just win one. Why win another one? After one, you should just relax and enjoy yourself. Why are you so competitive? Why are you so greedy, Lewis Hamilton? Why? Why did you move to Monaco to avoid taxes if you're so noble? Why you do this? Now, here's the thing. I don't know this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's somebody that probably takes care of his family. I'm sure he gives away money to charity. I'm sure he started a charity and gave $22 million of his own money to it. It was a write-off as well. But I'm sure he's doing charitable work. I'm sure he does a lot of stuff like that. But the part of it that makes it annoying is here's a guy getting off his $10 million yacht. Look at this, Rob, if you want to zoom in a little bit if you can. With his purple outfit, which I love. He's a fashion,
he looks like Gandalf
Fashion
the purple.
Nova. That's his yacht. He gets off, which, by the way, I love it. That's his car. That's a $4 million car, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Okay, FYI. He has deserved all of this. Do you know how hard it is to be a great race car driver?
I agree.
Do you know how hard it is, even though this new guy just won 5 consecutive races at 19 years old? Tom, if you want to tell us who just won 5 races in a row, what's his name?
Kimi Antonelli, who Toto Wolff, the lead at Mercedes, hired Kimi to take over for Lewis because the last race Lewis won was in July of 2024 in the middle of the season. And he really, as he was getting older, he was losing his skills. It happens. He's still Lewis Hamilton. But Kimi was put in his seat.
In a row at 19 years old. By the way, the record for the most is 10 in a row. Max Verstappen did it at 25 years old. Let's see if this kid's going to do it or not. But there is nothing wrong with all this messaging. Vinny, when you hear a Lewis Hamilton type of guy say what he says, how do you process it?
Well, Pat, these people always want to save the world with everybody else's money and not theirs. And on top of all that stuff, Pat, he has a stop buying the watches. He has a $1.5 million watch. You just saw him get off this boat that's his. He lives in the UK, but he's going there to save freaking money. And I think, Pat, and I wanted to pitch you this idea afterwards. I think we should start a program for these Champagne Socialists. And Tom, you'll help us because, BDC Consulting, you guys might help me put it together, Pat. We'll call it Wealth Relocation Services. You call us. Well, we help rich liberals finally live the lifestyle that they preach online. We'll take all the yachts, all your money, all the bank accounts. We'll give you $80,000 a year, put you in a 1-bedroom apartment with roommates, a 2008 Prius.
And then we'll relocate all your wealth.
All your wealth. Well, come to us at Valuetainment at BDC Consulting. No assistance.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to tip the movers. We'll take care of it.
We'll do everything for you. Give us your money. Take off your Gandalf, your robe. no private security, no private jets, which he owns, just equality. But you know the funniest part is? None of them would do it.
Zero.
He's sitting there, yap, 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 yap. You're a hypocrite. Just say, you know what? I feel bad, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take $100 million of my money and I'm going to give it to them, to organizations. It's the same as Hassan Piker and all these guys. Socialism, communism, you're rich. Start with you. You start it. Start the cause. Lead the charge.
Tom.
Yeah, I agree with that. Here is a guy that Kim and I traveled because we thought he was going to win his first race 2007 at Indianapolis. And I almost said, I said, you know what? Canada's a fast track and this guy is really developing. So maybe we should go up to Montreal and then go a week before and then go here. He wins his first race of all time in Montreal and he wins his second race of all time. So of all those races, we saw number 2. And he was a different guy. His brother has disabilities, but as he's become more wealthy, guess what the circle? You can always find out, what do they say? Show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future. It's something you say a lot, Adam. Of
course.
Well, guess what? He got around fashion. He got around music. He started getting more tats. And you just saw the change in him. And even some of his fellow drivers made the comment that as he went up the arc, and he was Lewis freaking Hamilton, one of the greatest of all times, if not the greatest in the mind of some, statistically.
Yeah.
Statistically,
Great car.
He is statistically, by raw capabilities. A lot of other people would like to see Senna and him gone head to head, but and gone head to head with Schumacher. Put all 3 of them identical cars and just see how that shakes out. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing. And then to be so much in that bubble of your friends around you, and yet, as you like to say, Pat, who's in your ear? Who's in your ear? All those people in the bubble are in his ear. So it doesn't surprise me. He comes out on Jay Shetty and then he says something like that. It's like, wait a minute, dude, you've talked to a PR person. That reflection's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Especially wearing a $9,000, faux fur hat and things that you're.
Again, to me, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what you do with your own money. You earned it.
Right.
I don't care what you do with it. I don't care if you buy a house. I don't care if you buy a $50 million watch. I don't care if you buy a $10 million Pokemon card. I don't care what you do with it, but just don't go around bashing people that got a little bit more money than you do and saying I have a problem with, billionaires. Stop it. Stop it. It is very hard to become a billionaire. It is very hard to become rich. It is very hard. Nobody just all of a sudden wakes up one morning, gets lucky, and this happens. It's a lot of, late nights training by yourself. Nobody's seeing you. And that's the most unattractive thing about this. Be the guy that other young men can look up and say, man, I want to be like him when I grow up. That's what I get. I get to, have the cars, travel, the accolades, the victories. Go. Let the young men and women fantasize about what it could be if I paid a price for something.
Yeah, and his girlfriend, bro. Your girlfriend's worth $1.9 billion. How do you think she feels about that? Yes, her claim for fame was, sleeping with a guy on camera and the mother allegedly brokering the deal, and you became famous and she worked hard, and now she has a clothing line and Skims and all that stuff. She worked. I'm very curious what Kim Kardashian is sitting there thinking about her boyfriend sitting there complaining about her. He's complaining about her, okay? Go tell your girlfriend to give up half of her money.
Well,
ridiculous.
Look, I think the thing with Lewis Hamilton, it's just a symptom of a bigger problem. This is something maybe the Valuetainment and Bet David Consulting can help with, is that all these rich people feel bad and apologize for being rich. Guys, you earned it. You earned what you received. Like, until the day, come a day that they give compensation, not in money, then what else did they want them to compensate you with? Remember the movie The Wedding Singer? When he's taking classes, she's like, I don't have any money, so I'm paying you with meatballs. Yeah, he's like, thanks.
Meatballs.
Yeah, and unless meatballs become a way of a currency, you're gonna have to take money. And what happens is when you're really good at something, you're gonna win, and they're gonna give you money. Like the Olympics, the World Cup, they give you medals. You can't pay your rent in medals, unfortunately. You can't pay your bills with rings. You're going to need money. And the richest athletes, the MJs of the world, the Tigers of the world, the Messis of the world, the Ronaldos of the world, the Federers, these guys are all multi hundreds of millions, billionaires even, because they're the best at what they do in the world. So stop apologizing for having success. Stop apologizing for excellence and having victory. Own it. You don't need to be dare I say, like a douchebag. You don't need to be like a Meriwether and like walk around with money everywhere, but be humble, but be confident, but appreciate I'm great at what I do and you can do. They have a messaging problem. They need to get better at that.
All right.